Hello guys, and welcome to a new video on the Traxion channel. Today we're going to be having a go at rFactor 2 and just looking at some of the newest content that's come out at the end of 2020 and basically in preparation for the start of 2021. I want to try and give you my first impressions, let you know how I find it when I first give it a go, just in case you're unsure whether to buy it or not and want to kind of know more about it and what's going to happen. So yeah, the content in question is the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Everybody who's into their sim racing knows all about Spa. There's actually been a version of it available in rFactor 2, but not an official version. But it is, of course, a hugely popular circuit on every other kind of sim, so it's fantastic news that it's finally come to rFactor 2. We're also going to be looking at a new car, which is called the EX0, or the X0. So this car is electric, as you might be able to tell by the name of it, and yeah, it's going to be a really interesting thing. I've not really driven many electric cars in rFactor 2. I've had a shot of the Formula E cars a few times, but this is going to be the first time trying this. And yeah, basically I just want to see what it's like. Is it worth buying? Is it good fun to drive? Does the electric power take away from some of the entertainment? Yeah, let's find out. So I've loaded into the game. I'm basically just going to start off by doing a qualifying session and just run a few laps. I've got some AI on as well. And yeah, basically just talk you through my first initial reactions and stuff. Even just the sound of the AI cars going past is quite funny. You can just hear that electric power. That's one of the strangest noises I've ever heard. It's like a 90s, arcade game, that. Right, so we're going to pull out the pits here. So as I say, it's my first shot of Spa on this game, and of course my first shot on this car. I have no idea what this car's about. I've not really done any research, so let's find out. Okay. One thing I can tell you is it's absolutely rapid. I was not expecting this. How much downforce has it got? Can we take a Rouge flat? No way. We definitely can't take a Rouge flat. Have I got a problem with LTL? The amount of acceleration I had down the straight, I'm thinking, is this like a Formula car underneath with, you know, loads of downforce? But definitely not. It's got tremendous torque and power though. I don't really know what to do about the gears. There's obviously two gears, and it's a case of trying to pick which one's best, but that's me at 190 miles an hour already. So this is, in terms of straight line speed, this is next level. So yeah, as I'm still getting used to this car, I might as well give you my kind of feelings of the track so far. In terms of quality, it seems to be absolutely great, like up there with any kind of version of Spa I've seen before. It's surprisingly similar to ACC in terms of how it looks so far. I say surprising, it probably isn't surprising. You know, when they release official circuits, they're usually really well done. And they've just got that bit more attention to detail, you know, than most of the other ones. Oh, wow. And yeah, it comes across here really well. The curbs and stuff feel good. The track textures all look good. And so far, I mean, obviously the car is something new to me and difficult to drive. But in terms of how I expect it to behave on the actual circuit itself, in terms of the curbs and the way it goes, it's absolutely grand. So yeah, so far so good, I'd say, for the circuit anyway. What kind of lap times are we going to do here? So we're just above 2 minutes for the first lap. Okay, so it's definitely not getting round in, oh dear, in F1 car speeds. Not with that driving anyway. I do really like the fact that you have to work hard to sit through the corners as well. It's nothing like, you know, those futuristic concept cars that you get on like Gran Turismo, you know, the Red Bull. Oh wow. The biggest thing for me at the moment, I think, is I'm struggling under brakes. Oh, that's somehow still illegal. Determined to make it through bus stop this time. Ugh. It was oh wow, okay. Ugh. I don't know if it's the electric motors pushing the car into the corner even when you're braking, but it's, as I'm lifting off the brake, the car's really stepping out on me. Speed! Okay, we got it in nicely to the chicane, getting the hang of that a wee bit. You can see the racing line where the grip is on Spa appearing quite nicely. Whoa! It's just unbelievable how quickly everything happens in this car. You come out at one corner, squeeze the throttle on, and by the time you just collect it all together, you're into the next. That made me dizzy. That's not how you want to take a Rouge. Well, actually, it was okay through a Rouge. It's not how you want to take Radeon. Ooh. So as I was saying, I really didn't know what to expect from this car. I knew exactly what to expect from the circuit, so I'll maybe start by talking about the circuit a wee bit. I know about Spa, I've been there in real life, I've raced in it in so many sims, and this version feels really, really solid. Obviously, the car is something completely new to me, and it's totally different to anything you'd normally drive, so it's difficult to really get a feel for how a normal car would be around here. But in saying that, even from what I've driven in this car so far, the way it rides the curbs, the way that Spa flows, everything feels really, really good. It seems like a very well-made version. There's really not too much more to add, to be honest. If you like racing at Spa and you like rFactor 2, I'd recommend getting your hands on it. The car, I almost needed to just pull into the pits there and just take a break, because everything happens so fast, right? This thing is so quick in a straight line. I really didn't expect it. I'd love to know the figures. I should look into it afterwards, but it feels like it gets up to higher speeds than F1 cars would, LMP1s, etc. But it doesn't obviously have the same kind of level of braking. The downforce isn't there. It's high, and you can still lap quickly. You know, I'm only maybe 15 seconds off a Formula 1 car, something around that. But it's just so weird. And because it's so quick in a straight line, you really don't have much time to think. It's really weird because you've just got two totally different feelings of driving, with one with sensational speed on the straights, and then you've got to think that it's a GT3 car or something through the corners. So I love the challenge. I love that it's different, because so many cars and tracks these days feel very similar, and you kind of know where they stand, and they're very predictable. This thing is like a whole new skill set that you've got to learn, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to go back out there. Obviously I did that first few laps just to get a feel for it. I'll try and actually improve my lap times a wee bit now. I'm not going to touch the setup. I'm going to leave it on default, just so that you guys have more of an idea of what I'm working with, and you know where the car lies on default setup without mucking around too much. As I say, the weirdest noise at low revs in the pit lane. Oh my goodness! As soon as you turn the pit limiter off, it's just instant torque. Oh, getting the power nice and early, and you can really fight the car all the way around. That's cool. Okay, right, let's try and concentrate here and try and actually set a good lap time, because I need to brake so much earlier than I'm used to that every corner's just catching me out. Even here, oh yeah, see, it's still too late. How are we going to take Eau Rouge? Oh, just got away with it. Losing on the exit though, so yeah, you want to be a bit slower than that through Eau Rouge and Radio. Nice and smooth on application, because the back end's going to get away from you. Ride the curbs. Brake early for the long right-hander. This corner is always tricky off camera, but see, when this thing suddenly begins to drive a bit more normally as soon as you stop being an idiot, like I was being earlier, and overdriving it. The power just gives you so much energy, and it just makes you want to, you know, attack every corner like you're an F1 car, but you just can't. But as soon as you back off a wee bit and give it a little bit more respect, suddenly the car begins to come back to you, and it begins to feel kind of like a normal car. Nice change direction on the power, a little bit of a slide, back over to the left. Avoid those curbs on the power a wee bit too early there, got a bit squirrely. Take second gear. No idea how to utilise the gears well. Okay, you cannot take Blanchimont flat, so it's going to be a dab of the brakes in, power down. Oh, just about got away with it. Brake at the white line for bus stop. Oh my goodness, am I actually going to make the corner for the first time? I think I am. Still felt a little bit too fast. So you want to brake at the latest at that white line there. So that's, yeah, first reasonable lap. It's still over 2 minutes, so we definitely want to get that down into the 1:59s. I must say they do look really good. Like even the AI, the way the car's stepping out, the aero and stuff looks really nice. Hello. Whoa. Okay, we're going to come in for new tyres one more time, and I am going to focus, give myself 3 hot laps, try and set a time I'm semi-happy with. I'm not happy at all with my driving, it's absolutely appalling, but I guess that's part of the good thing about this car. It's really tricky to get the hang of. Or maybe I'm just terrible. Traction limited again, I'm trying to avoid the curb. Great timing for the AI to come out the pits. Looking for more gears, but there aren't any. Curb, keep it settled. That's alright. Okay, so we're half a second up. Slightly too hot, but get away with it a wee bit. Bit of throttle to get the car back round. Through Puhong. Short shifted just to get it in. Power fully on, and oh wow, it was fine at first, but the understeer started kicking in. I'm not going to get distracted by talking too much because we've got to get it slowed for the next one. Still missed the apex there, even trying desperately not to brake too late. And again here, just got to be really early on the brakes. Could definitely lose some time there. That might cost us. Power on. So yeah, we've lost about half a second there. So easy to do. We're still going to go sub 2 minutes as long as I get bus stop right, but I don't think we'll beat the AIs. We might need to go for one more. I forgot. This isn't a Formula 1 car, 3 Blanchimont. It's such a force of habit. I'm so used to taking that corner flat out. This is my final lap, I'm pretty sure. There's definitely more time to be found through there. It's just, it's going to take a lot of getting used to. Okay, so we're not nearly as good as we were in the last lap, but we're going to be still up reasonably well. Nice and late on the brakes again. Okay, I don't care about my lap allowance. It's just an offline race against the AI. Oh. Okay, we're 7/10 up. Come on. Down to first. In. It's really bad at slow speed, but when you get the power down, it settles down nicely. A bit better through there this time. Much better, actually. Big gains. Okay, we're looking good. Don't know how fast to take Poo home, but a little bit more neat and tidy than the last lap. I'm going to lift a wee bit because it does understeer, and it's much better. Brake nice and early here, down to first. Don't even know if it's worth using first gear. I don't know if it's quicker or not, but we're doing it anyway. Would be nicer if I rode those curbs, but it's not too bad. Down to first again. Trying to get sideways this time. Use the exit curbs. A little lift through here, and then fully on the power. Okay. Oh, it's going to be so touch and go. We might get disqualified from the session, but I really want to beat that 1:59.0.089. This time, remember to brake through Blanchimont only just. And then brake hard. Oh, locking up. Too fast. No! No, I've thrown it away. Yeah. Absolutely rubbish. But what's it going to be anyway? Is it going to be sub 2 minutes? It is. 1:59.4. I've now exceeded my lap limit. I'm probably going to get disqualified. But there you have it. So guys, that was my first impressions of this new electric car, the EX. What's it called again? I think it's called the X0, the EX0. And yeah, that was an experience. I must say, I loved the challenge. You know, I found that very, very hard. And of course, towards the end of it, I was beginning to get used to it, and you could probably see it was looking a little bit more natural, but it did take time. This thing, as I keep saying, nothing like anything you've driven before. I think with a bit of time and a bit of maybe setup work and stuff, this could be an awesome, awesome car to drive. I think that it's the kind of car that really, really rewards driving on the limit, and it's going to feel great when you hook up a lap. I didn't manage to hook up a full lap. I kept making different mistakes at different corners because it is really tough. I think there's also a lot of time to be found under brakes. If you can get the car to hunker down nicely and be settled in the braking zones, I think it could be really good. Obviously, it misses some of the sounds that go with racing, but I think this car drives on the edge anyway, so it kind of has the passion of motorsport and a good racing car in it without making the noise, because of how on edge it is, and because it's so difficult to drive, because it's rapid in the straights and then really tricky in the corners, and it's slippy and the back end's all over the place. It still kind of has the charisma that a good racing car should have, even without the sound. It almost looks like the new Toyota Supra, but just times 15, you know. And I just think it looks great. I think it drives great. It's very challenging. Takes a lot of time to get used to. But yeah, highly recommend giving it a go, guys. I obviously almost failed to go below 2 minutes. I managed it in the end. Obviously, there was a lot more time there. You know, a few more laps, and I'm sure we would have got down into the mid-58s. But yeah, that's all I could manage under the pressure situation of a couple of laps. Can you guys do any better? Make sure you let us know. So thank you guys as always for watching. Really appreciate the support, and hopefully you did learn something new about the content on rFactor 2. And yeah, hopefully it helped you make a decision as to whether you want to get this car or not. Until next time, guys, keep it pinned. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.